today's video we'll be building a super high capacity 72V battery in this e-bike case. Here are some of the pictures of the battery. It turned out really good. Of course I used copper connections and the battery is built with a ANT BMS with Bluetooth. Alright, let's get on with the build. The cells that I will be using in this battery are Samsung 53G cells. These cells have a rated capacity of 5300 mAh, which will make this battery very high capacity. These are completely new cells and these come with an extra certificate that allows them to be in electric vehicles. So this cell will perform very well in e-bikes as well. Let's start with adding another layer of insulation just to make this battery way more safer. Alright, so this is the jig that I'm going to be using to make the correct configuration for the battery. Let's start off by placing the cells in here. Alright, so once you have it in the 3D model, the next step is going to be bonding the pack together with low temperature resistant glue to just bond everything nicely together. I want to give a huge thanks to Miles from Affordable E-Bikes. He's the first person to build a battery that can fit 80 cells in this case. Make sure to check out his video. If you're looking for a battery like this in Canada, make sure to check him out. If you're in Europe, you can message me on the phone number on the screen right now, or join my Discord server and message me over there. Let's carry on with the build. Alright, so once you have them glued from both sides, the next step is going to add some glue on the outside. This will just add an extra layer of connectivity with the cells. Also, I'm going to clean off this glue that is on top of the cells. It won't do anything if it's going to be there, but it's just going to look way better if I take all of the glue that is on the cell on the outside. Let's add the glue first on the outsides and then I'll clean some of the glue on top of the cells here. Alright, so after you added the glue onto the cells, the next step is going to be adding some fiberglass tape around the cells. That will just add a layer of protection when the case is on the battery. Alright, so we have everything ready now to start spot welding the battery. This is the BMS that we'll be using. It's a 80 amp continuous BMS and it can do up to 22 series, but we're going to do 20. Here are the cables and we have the copper cut out for both sides. Here are my squares for the copper sandwich. And yeah, we're going to start spot welding and then spot welding a second side and connecting the BMS. The copper used in this battery is 2mm thick. Also, it will really help out the channel if you liked and subscribed. I will be posting way more battery builds weekly in the future, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss them. Let's carry on with the build. Alright, so once you have the spot welds done, the next step is going to be adding a blob of solder on top of the copper on each sheet. This will just make it easier for me later on to solder the balance leads to the series connections here. So let's do that. Alright, so once you have it covered up in Captain tape, it's time to do the second side of the battery. Alright, so we have the second side of the battery now fully spot welded. We're going to add a blob of solder on every connection on this side now and cover it up with Captain tape. Also, I'm going to solder on these at the end, since I don't want to add too much heat to the cells when I'm going to be soldering the main discharge cables. Alright, so once you have the pack covered up, the next step will be adding the BMS onto the battery. It's going to be going right on top of here like this. The tabs here are way too long and they are not needed, so I am going to have to cut these off, and the main discharge cables are going to have to be modified so that the BMS fits without any cables going out to the side like that. Since this BMS is rated for 80 amps, it has two 10 gauge wires. I'm going to be running 60 amp continuous on the battery, so I'm going to only need one 10 gauge wire. So I'm going to have to desolder these and have the correct length ready for the main discharge. Alright, so we have the BMS now fully prepped. We have the correct length for the discharge, main discharge, and to connect to the battery. So let's do this first, and then we can work on the balance leads for the BMS. Since the BMS is going to be on here like this, we need to make sure that the length of the cable is enough to connect here, since this is where the tab is going to be. This tab is going to go like this. Let's strip down this cable now and connect it to the copper plate. Boom. We need to get it like this. First thing I do is just take my solder and add some solder on here. This is 2 millimeters of copper, so it's pretty thick. You need some time to heat it up, but my soldering iron is set to the max setting, so it has no issues with this. Then the wire. Let me take my helping hand. Make sure you put it into a swirl. Add the solder. Thank you for watching part 1 of this battery build. In part 2, I'll be showing you how to connect the XT90 connector to the battery, adding a momentary switch to the BMS, connecting up the charging port, adding the percentage display on the battery. I'll be posting more weekly videos of battery builds, so make sure to like and subscribe, and you can also leave a comment and leave your opinion on this build. Thanks for watching, and make sure to watch part 2. It's on the screen right now.